Oh, okay. We're sorry for the really long starting soon screen. I just started my stream, and then my mom needed help moving a planter, so yeah. But how's everyone doing? How's it going? What's up, some person? Bobby, how's it going, guys? Hey, Spider Queen, what's up? How's it going? Uniformer people, yeah. Yeah, how's everyone doing? Sorry, I was lifting rocks a minute ago, so... What? I can't believe it's season rights. Yo, what's up, Ricky? How's it going? Hey, Connor. I'll probably be here for a bit after I type this. Because I'm going through a breakup. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. That's all good. Don't ever feel like you have to... There's no, you know, responsibility to have to be here, so just do whatever gets you through it, so... I'm good. That's good to hear. I do link. Oh, yeah. Mr. Dot plays. Yeah, it always does that. It just thinks it's a URL, even if it's not. A little bit of the demo. Very cool. Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Thanks for checking that out. If you have feedback on anything that like you played through on the demo, please let me know, because I'm always interested to see like what people thought about stuff. But yeah, that's great. Thanks for trying it out. I'm gonna go on the YouTube stream, see what it is. Yeah, do it up. Not enough men. That's your feedback, yeah. Don't worry, there will be more men soon in the Space Hub, so... Yeah. Cool, yeah, today, we're probably just gonna be working on stuff, generally. Probably, finish up the underground tunnels. I know we were working on that, it wasn't Friday. It wasn't Saturday, Wednesday. I didn't, unfortunately, get time to get around to fully implementing that over the week, but we're gonna do that today. Just get it wrapped up. It shouldn't take too long, really. We just have a little bit to go on that. I kind of got restructured the whole building stuff, so now we should be okay, ready to go to finish that up. So, yeah, Space Hub, that's a new thing that's in the game. I'll have to show that to you. It's not much right now, I'm gonna be real. I'm still kind of figuring out what I want it to look like. I haven't done a tile set yet. Well, I've done one tile, but yeah, I'll show that off though. Is there a way to upgrade the lower level movers once you unlock the higher tiers? Yeah, so not yet, but I will write that down that you would like to have a better mover. Mover V2. Shouldn't be too bad to add that, so I'll definitely try and do that, maybe for V7. What's up, Brenzart? But it says playing the alpha recently. It's really fun, just very grindy to start. Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Yeah, I appreciate the comments on that. Yeah, I mean it's kind of a difficult balance, right? Because you kind of want it to be a little bit grindy on purpose in the beginning, just so that when you do finally automate things, it's kind of like there's a reason to automate, you know? Otherwise, if it's not grindy from the very beginning, then it's like kind of like, well, why automate? I mean, of course, there's ways that we could get around that, just kind of bridging the gap between like full automation and early game a little bit better. And if you have ideas on how we could kind of get around that issue, I'm totally, all ears are open, so... But yeah. You can't find the YouTube live stream? It should just be on the YouTube channel. Unless something's gone horribly wrong and it's not. No, it should be though. Anyways. Yeah, let's jump into stuff. Don't think I've done much since last stream. I've been really busy with other stuff, if I'm being totally honest. But yeah. Still Starground stuff, but the audio quality sucks on YouTube? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if there's any way to fix that. I think it might just be YouTube compression screwing up the audio, which is too bad. Hard to Twitch, yeah. Yeah, I guess they have their pros and cons, right? Twitch, I give you channel rewards and good audio, but I also give you ads. So, pick the lesser evil, right? Yeah. But yeah, this is loading up into the game here. Let's just load up our regular old save. Manual save 2. And we might actually switch to doing a little bit of drawing today, just for a little bit. Pick your poison, yeah. It's too bad. Would love to disable ads on Twitch. I always say this, but it really is the truth. If I could turn off ads, I would. Alright, so yeah, we were doing the mover stuff over here, or the conveyor stuff, I mean. So, last thing that we did, we got it so this, like, connects when you're building it, which looks good. Should be good when we fully flesh this out. Yeah. Also, Ricky, I was going to show you the Space Hub. Space Hub. It's not much right now, I'll be honest. But, let's go take a look. So this is the Space Hub, it's in the map here. I feel like I should maybe animate it or something, I don't know. Because these planets move, but this doesn't. Gonna go back to Twitch? Alright, yeah. Do it up. Already love it, yeah. Thanks. Yeah, it's basically just a hub to trade with NPCs and stuff. As you can see, the Space Hub is pretty barren right now. There's basically nothing in the Space Hub. So yeah, a little bit more work to be done. But the end goal for this space hub is just to kind of have it be an area to trade with NPCs and just general NPC stuff. There might be masterpiece, yeah. I love the square layout. It's peak. I might have like NPCs here for maybe bounties. That's one thing I have kind of I'm thinking about right now. So who knows? That might happen. But bounties would be cool. Basically, it would just be like kill X number of specific enemy type. And then if you do it, then you get a little reward. So yeah, something like that. Quests, yeah, basically quests, yeah. I'll have to add more UI for that though. That's the only thing. But yeah. They just finished Novalands and their space hubs are really nice. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I haven't seen a bunch of Novalands. All I know is that I already like made a lot of Starground and then I'm like, oh, what's this game? And then I'm like, oh, it also has mining laser. That's too bad. But yeah, this space hub looks interesting. I'm probably not going to go quite this type of space hub because again, it's going to be more in line with like the style of Starground, which this looks great and all, but it'll probably be more tile set focused like this. But yeah, we'll figure it out though. Yeah, this looks cool though. Just general stuff. Novalands does look interesting. I guess the way that automation and that kind of works is like, there's like little robot guys that move stuff, I think, to different platforms, which is interesting. Maybe one of these days I'll buy Novalands and try it out, but I'm also worried though, if I do buy Novalands and try it out, I don't want to accidentally influence myself with Starground. I don't want to accidentally start taking things from Novalands, like I guess more than I already have. Let's be real. I mean, you know, to be fair, both Novalands and Starground take a lot from Foragers, so. But yeah, like I mean, I just worry about like you know, seeing stuff and being like, oh, that's kind of cool, and then later on adding in Starground, but kind of subconsciously because now it's in there in my brain, you know. So that's the problem. But I'll have to play it eventually. Maybe once Starground's in early access or something. Yeah, let's stop looking at it. That is one of my worries right now. Starground is really trying to avoid stealing anything from Novalands. Still the big juicy lady idea. Yeah. Which one was that? It was like the goblin lady. This person? What's the other big juicy lady? I don't know. I'll stop looking at it though. Yeah, I do. Her, yeah. Could do that. I do want NPCs and stuff. Yeah, it is hard. I think honestly a lot of like Starground has been mostly at least as uninfluenced from things as I am able to. Also, thank you Retrospark for the follow. I appreciate that. I think the thing is like they both have very similar ideas at the core about this game. If you were to mix Factorio, Forge, and Satisfactory, yeah, see, that's the thing, right? Because that's kind of exactly what I was trying to do with Starground. So it ends up being sort of similar. But yeah, I will try to stray away from it as much as I possibly can. And if people have ideas on how I can do that, please let me know, because I'm not trying to make Novalands. I don't want to make Novalands. As much as it seems like I am. One of my top priorities is not making Novalands. Right? Because I don't want to just steal the game. And I think I'm you know, adding things that try to stray away from that, like procedural island generation. I know Novalands doesn't have that because they have like the classic forager buy island, you know. So I'm not going to do any buying island stuff, you know. But yeah, let me read up on here. Or craft. Ooh, that's a lot of fuel cells. There's like a little mall. Yeah, cool. Make a quest that says craft. Yeah, I probably won't make that quest because you would basically need to make infinite fuel cells. Oh, for April 1st? Yeah, if it's an April Fool's, maybe we could do a funny quest. Weapon system plus the belt's already far enough, I think, yeah. I mean, hopefully it is, yeah. It's definitely more, like, the automation in this is way more Factorio coded than what Novaland seems to be doing, which is, at least as far as I can tell from just looking at screenshots, much more similar to Forager, which I wouldn't say is, like, true automation. Like, it's definitely part automation, but, I mean, I guess it is true automation. I don't know. I don't know, like, because without really interacting with it and going through it, I have no idea, right? So I'm not going to pretend I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, with the modular weapons, that's one reason I kind of went that route, just to kind of spice things up, add as many unique things in as I can. Yeah, so in the, not in the demo, but in the next alpha version that's scheduled to come out eventually, there's now procedural generation. Yeah. So it's not just a rectangle anymore, which is cool. But yeah. I can show you that menu. Basically, whenever you create a new world now, whether it's single player or multiplayer, oops, this menu pops up. So this lets you kind of customize your world a little bit. There's still much more that needs to be added here, but I think for what it is right now, it's pretty decent. You can modify the water level of the world. You can modify the terrain scale. And what terrain scale is, it's kind of basically like how tiny are the features in your world. So if you have a really big terrain scale, it does like, it's more noisy, versus small, it'll be kind of just like a big mass, right? So you can see if we up it all the way like that, and then I load into the game, you can see it's very spongy, if that makes sense. So it's all just kind of like very tiny little stretches of land and stuff. But yeah. Yeah, you can make an old water world. So when you do that, what it does is I have it set up so it always spawns this little island around, like, spawn. Also, this is broken. It's offset over here. Don't know why. I'll figure that out, but yeah, as you can see, it does a little land around spawn always. Just because I hate the scenario where you end up with like island all around you, but spawn isn't connected to it, right? So like I can show you what I mean. Like if we, for example, if we do a world like this, less water, and we get a seed where it has water in the center, right? So a lot of these have land in the center, but if we find one here, oh, that one's kind of cool, actually. What was the number for that? That's a cool seed. Copy that seed, guys. It's got an island in the center, then land on the outside. It's kind of sick. There it is. Let's, like this one, like you can see there's water in the center, so if you spawn in the center, you're gonna spawn in water. So when I load in, you can see how this prevents that issue, right? Because it makes this little square, and most of the time it connects it back up to the mainland, so yeah. So just to kind of prevent any issues with that, at least as much as I can, but yeah. Clever girl, yeah. No, but it's a really common thing. A lot of games do that. Factorio does it. It's just, I mean, it just makes sense, right? In worst case scenario, it doesn't connect to an island. You have a little bit of land where you could actually play the game on. I actually just recorded a run of me just playing on this island through the whole game. What I did was just a little tiny world. I did that, and then water level to 1. And this is basically the island I played on. And it was hard. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little rough. Because it's such a tiny little space, you know? But it worked. I mean, I was able to play, right? So it's possible. Make bridges. Yeah, I do want to do bridges at some point, but this is more complicated than you'd think to do it. One of my big worries about bridges is speedrun potential. It is, yeah. I think I was able to like get all the research done in about an hour on this island, which, you know, I kind of know all the secrets, so I, you know, kind of cheating, I guess. I'm too biased. But yeah. Yeah, but with bridges, it's one of my big concerns is like performance and loading times, because if I treat it as like an individual object, it can really lag. One good example of this is this map, Rock Bottom. So when you can see the load time on this, basically this is just a map filled with walls, right? The load time is not great. And it's fine for something like walls. I mean, you're not gonna do what this map does, you'll see. So this is an enormous amount of walls. This is abnormal. Okay, so I'm not worried about this, but I am worried about this because this is not an abnormal amount of bridges or landfill. This is pretty normal. So I have to be very specific about how I'm going to handle that loading and saving on that, because I can't do it how I do it with objects, right? Because it's just too slow. So I don't know. I'm kind of a little conflicted at this point in how I'm going to get around that. The other option is just to save all of those points on the tile map, and then when you load back in, it sets all of them to that, which is an option. But my issue with that is multiplayer, because sending that much data to the client is not fast enough. So, yeah. No, walls are not part of the tile set. They're their own standalone objects. And to be fair, they run rather well, given what they are. You know, we can see the performance on this save. It's fine. You know, really I'm aiming for above 30 FPS. I won't be able to get it running 60 FPS when you do crazy stuff like this. It's just too much. I'm gonna, of course, keep working away at it and try to do that, but I mean, maybe one day we'll eventually get it so we could just have this part of the tile map, but I don't know, there's a lot of concerns with all of that stuff. Lots. You know, like what happens if you want to mod in a wall? It's super easy to do that if it's a wall. Not so easy to do that if it's a tile set. Or an object, you know. Could have been a tile set, even would be complicated. Well, yeah, they could have been, but there's a lot of complication. First off, I have to have a way to break tiles on the tile set, so that's a whole thing I have to program in. Second off, all these effects I'm doing and like how I handle the collision marker on all of that, it's a lot, but I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do it. I don't really have an option. But yeah, concerns with that is just right now performance and networking performance, internet lag. So yeah, I don't know. Gonna have to figure it out. The wonderful thing about the terrain generation right now, so seeds are predeterministic, right? So when you load into a map, like this map right here, this will always be the same terrain regardless of machine, as long as you sync the seed, right? And so that's why it's so easy to do this with multiplayer, because I can say, before the client loads in, the host is like, hey, here's the seed, by the way, for the terrain. Then the clients will like, epic, I'm gonna generate it now, and it's always the same terrain. It always makes the same tile set, so we're good, right? You can't do that with landfill or bridges, because it's not a seed, it's like what people have placed down, right? So, possibly object only on outside walls. Virtual ones really only need to be a mesh. Well, yeah. I mean, you could do that, but there's so many implications of that. Like, now you have to have an algorithm to, like a fill algorithm, and check if it's, you know, where is the edge of the wall and stuff like that. So, I mean, here's the thing. Nodes are really performant. If you have just an empty node, you can spawn in thousands of those before you see any performance impact. The lag comes from trying to process any amount of code. And even though we have a quadrillion walls here in this one save, right, it still runs pretty good given how many there are. So it's possible for us to do a node-based solution to this. We just have to be very specific about how I configure the nodes. And we have to have like stuff so it like disables code when it spawns in, which I've already done a bit with walls, but I need to do even more. So this is a bug I gotta fix, but when you load into another world in single player and anywhere, it doesn't properly load the terrain anymore. An option multiplayer that people spawn in different areas. I could, but then I'd have to add in more spawn platforms, so it's a possibility. I don't know, I'll have to figure it out. Is that 5,000 bullet trick on YouTube? I watched like 20 times. Is that for Godot specifically? Oops. Handling 10,000 bullets with Godot. Is this it?
Can Godot handle 10?
Ooh, I'm gonna mute that. Looks like this was in... No, this is a GD script, yeah. Like, that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. Godot can handle 10,000 nodes, no problem. Right, so it's possible that we could maybe figure something out. Well, this is only 1,000, but yeah. Yeah, optimization. Yeah, getting rid of, like, masks and stuff to increase performance. Yeah, you have to do some crazy optimization. I mean, this is great. I'll definitely watch this just because I think it'll really help me figure out some other ways to decrease performance impact on this. I think another big part of the performance hit from walls right now in the game is that they're all what is this game?
Speed. In most cases, using lots of nodes is not a problem at all, so you don't have to worry about it. When it is, though, Godot provides the servers to maximize performance.
Servers. Yeah, there's lots of stuff that I could do here. I'll have to definitely give this the ad. Shoot. I'll wait for the ad to be done. Oh wait, you have Prime though, or you're subscribed. Oh, that's weird. Did you just subscribe? It shows that you don't have you're not subbed in one chat message, then the other you are. It didn't give me a notification for it, though. I don't know. Okay, ad's over. Yeah, thanks for letting me know about this. I mean, this is really good. I don't know if this is for... Okay, you did Prime sub. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Awesome. Yeah, it didn't give me the notification. It's pretty weird. Unless it just takes time to get through. But it always gives me the resub notification. I don't know why it didn't, but regardless. Confetti! Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate that. It doesn't? Oh, I guess maybe with Prime it doesn't? No, but it said right here. I see yours, some person. Resubscribe with Prime. Like it pings people, so yeah, I don't know what's up with that. It's weird. But anyways. But yeah, there's lots of things that I'm going to have to optimize in order to make this work. But it's definitely possible, you know? I mean, it's not it's not an infeasibility to do this kind of thing. Plenty of games do it. Factorio does it, but I'm not going to compare my game to Factorio because Factorio is God mode with optimization. Optimization is a later man's problem. Exactly, yeah. I'm not going to worry about it right now. We will get into it, but honestly, that's more of a post-release thing in my opinion. Once early access is out. Just because I need to make the game fun first, and then we worry about performance once people actually have the time to start causing performance issues, so yeah. Is there an option or there's an option every once in a while that says display resub? Oh, is that what it is? It might. Oh, you reached point Novalands where the Steam Deck can no longer handle it. Oh yeah. Oh man. I would love to put Starground on for like supported for Steam Deck, but I don't have a Steam Deck, so I'd have to buy one. Problem is that Steam Decks are expensive, so I don't know. I don't know if I'll buy one. I could just buy like the cheapest one. Which I think is like maybe a few $100. It's $400. Well, they actually have the 64 gigabyte one. I don't know. But yeah, it's just like I need to have one in person so that I can test things. Oh, you're getting one for your birthday? Well, I mean, I'd appreciate it. I don't know, I need to see exactly what is required to have like official Steam Deck support. I don't know. I'm assuming that you need controller support, which isn't a huge issue with Godot. I should be able to get that set up. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to look through. I'm sure there's a... Yeah, see verified games. Of course, Stardew Valley is. I'll figure out what it takes, but yeah. It would be good, though. But yeah, then again, it's the whole performance issue. I don't know, how Starground will run on the deck, so I'll have to see. There's a couple things like text size, controller support. Yeah, exactly. I need to add like a text size slider in Starground too. I've been meaning to get around to that. But yeah. Yeah, it was a good video though. I'll watch this later. Hopefully it will help me optimize better. Hey, 1v2, what's up? I'm rushing you, just can't wait for the game to release. Well, I appreciate it, yeah. That's awesome. That's always glad to hear that. Yeah, it should be coming this July, I think is the plan. So probably later this July. I haven't really said the full date a lot, but the date plan is July 30th. Reason why I'm not really putting out a specific date is just because I don't know. I might have to wait until August, maybe? But I'm hoping I can get it all done. I'm gonna try to get it done at least a few days in advance, so... Yeah. Yeah. But let's get this tunnel finished up real quick. It is pretty soon, yeah. But honestly, Starground's at a pretty good spot, I'd say overall. Really the next steps is just like, what my main goals that I want to get done before early access is another dungeon, and then the space hub. And I think if I can get those kind of fully implemented, alongside some more automation progression, I think we'd be at a really good spot. So... And you know, the whole thing is it's going to be an early access. It's not released yet. Full release, right? So it's okay if it's not the full end game plan for everything, right? So, yeah. It's a work in progress. I mean, I do wonder, like, you know, should I delay it more, spend more time on it? But the other side of it, at least one of my really big goals with this whole game from the very beginning, before I even started working on it, was that I want to get it done fast. I don't want to sink another 2 years into working on my dream game, and then I waste those 2 years once I realize that nobody cares, and the game fails, right? So it's been kind of a big experiment to see what can I do given like a 6-month time frame. So, and that's been sort of my whole time limit, is half of the year. And of course July is a little bit past half of the year, but it's still around the same area, you know. So, but yeah, I think I could get it pretty much ready for early access. I've seen games come out in early access that are garbage tier and still do well compared to what's, you know, Starground is right now. So I think we should be okay. There's not any major issues with Starground at the current moment. So yeah. I have work vacation second week of August. The release is end of July. It works out, so I have time to play more than 12 hours. Oh yeah. That's awesome. I mean, yeah. Play it up. Don't feel like you have to sink too much time into it or anything, but you're more than welcome to. Yeah. So some of the other big things I want to do for early access is infinite research. Because I think that's one thing that kind of is maybe a little bit of a problem right now. Is you do get to the end of the research, but then the problem is you're just kind of, that's it. So I think if we have infinite research in the game, that's really going to help extend out playtime. Just add more stuff to do endgame. Yeah, I would definitely say Pogo Rocket was a pretty big flaming disaster. Problem with Pogo Rocket, I did not do any marketing or advertising or anything, right? And that just made it really difficult. No one was ever going to know about the game in the first place, so it was just sort of a waste of time, you know? Other issues with Pogo Rocket. I spent way too long working on it. I started Pogo Rocket in like 2020. Around that time, maybe a little bit after, but it was almost 3 years of development time for this, which is just ridiculous. And to be fair, like maybe half of that was just big long hiatuses, but that was way too long. You know, it's just not good. And yeah, the game didn't even get enough reviews to get a rating. So I'd say it was a pretty big fail. But the whole thing with releasing a game is it's not about how well the game did, but it's about what you've learned. And I learned a lot working on this game. I've learned Godot is a million times better than Game Maker. I've learned marketing is at least half, if not more than half, of the work that you put into a game. And just a lot about general stuff. Saving, loading, all sorts of mechanics. I'm a much better programmer and developer now than I was when I was working on Pogo Rocket, so yeah. And Starground's going way better than Pogo Rocket ever did. So big players are playing big creators are playing Starground, yeah. No, that is great. That's it's really cool to see that. Keymailer has been a massive help with that. I do need to I have these credits, these outreach credits, so I can send keys to specific channels and stuff. I do need to do that. This is a list of a bunch of different channels here. I would sort of to have covered Factorio, because I figured any automation-focused channel will have covered Factorio at some point, you know? But yeah, I need to use these at 50. So. But I'll try to, at some point, I'm thinking maybe right before release. Actually, probably really soon, maybe for next fest even, but yeah. Send some keys out to people, have them play the game, try it out. Like this person. They do stuff. Backrooms Gmod. Yeah. I'll have to look around. Give a key to you. You already have a key. But, yeah. And yeah, you have to be, like, signed up through Keymailer anyways for that. Which you might be, I don't know. You're not? Okay. Then yeah, that won't work out. Okay, so let's get this underground tunnel freaking done. So we're gonna go into the building preview. So what we have to do here, it's right here. So when we build it, this is the data, we say get the node and build it. So all we have to add here is just a little bit of data, which should be easy to do. So essentially we're just saying if connection. So we're just going to pass connection. So if connection is null, it doesn't matter. Otherwise, yeah. Alrighty, and then if we go to in our multiplayer script, so multiplayer setup, and in build objects, so we're passing that data in here, build data variable. So we're gonna do it right here. So if we're gonna say var connection equals, actually we're gonna say underground connection equals build data.get, default will be null, and we're just gonna get connection. So if underground connection, that means it is connecting to an entrance. So obj.exit equals true, or entrance equals false. That's what it is. So that should work. Let's see what happens here. Once this is not frozen. Godot? Godot is dead forever. Bye, Godot. Okay. I think Godot's dead. I'll give it a minute. Oh, we're good. Maybe I should close some things I've got open here. I don't need this open anymore. I also don't need Photoshop open. While I have that open. Okay. How to roll in the Discord that says little big boys to me. I think we've already gone far enough with the Tree of Wisdom roll. But maybe at some point. Okay, yes, we're gonna test the mail save 2. So hopefully this works. We'll see what happens. So we have the entrance, and then if we place this down, it's an exit. It works flawlessly. So let's test what happens when you actually like push items into here. I should be able to just do that, I think. So it almost works, but it doesn't. So the item went in, but it just never came out. Yeah. And I think it's because I have it set up in an interesting way here. Let's see. Underground check. Oh, it's only... That would probably be why. Oh, wait, no, that's not the issue. Let me go ahead and show visible debug shapes. Oh, visible collision shapes, there it is. Oh boy, Godot. Time to close other tabs and stuff. Oh! Give it time, give it time, okay. Another thing I'm also gonna have here is var connection. Probably. I don't know, I'll figure out what I want to do with that. You know, I can actually build these anywhere, can't I? Because there's no resource cost yet. I can't check, though, if resources actually work, or if it, like, move stuff, though. So let's open manual save. Alright, so... that goes back there, which is good. Shows that. So it should connect there. And you can see it has this other raycast that goes back behind it. See, I guess the issue is that this conveyor doesn't have a raycast that goes forward. So that's kind of what we have to have here. Yeah, so we want this to go in the direction of the conveyor. So what's up, Saiku? I'm just working on underground tunnels still. But I'm making good progress. I have it so they actually connect together now, so... Alright, now if I put an item into here, let me just do this. So like that. So let's see what happens. So it should move into the other one. But it does not. It does not work yet. We'll figure it out. I think it's because of how I have it set up down in process. Yeah, we just have to say... this is what we have to say. If... entrance, then object will be that. Otherwise... two CS matches or something. Yeah. They were. Oh, actually, no. This is the other way. If not entrance. So let's see what this does. So break those one more time. So that goes that way, that goes that way. Put in an item. It don't work.
Every day I wake up fine.
But then these thoughts start. Oh, I know why it's not working. It's because nope. Oh, it's not enabled?
At least they have more manners than you.
That's why. I'll fix it, don't worry. Oops. Oops.
I'd rather listen to them over you. At least they're my friends.
Our friendship will never end.
I need to
Boom! Your instructions, even if I cause a ruckus. Okay. This should indeed work now. Check it. Ready, gamers?
They tell me to do various acts. Kill
So it still shows it's not colliding with this one.
this axe.
For some
The
reason.
axe is sharp, but I know
I ain't.
that's why there are goblins in my brain. The goblins in my brain
Okay.
tell me what to do. I'd rather listen to them.
If entrance and object is conveyor tunnel, yeah, that's good.
At least they're my friends.
So if it's not an entrance, that means it's an exit. So yeah, it should be the regular ray.
I need to
But if it is the entrance, which is the default one,
even if I cause
yes.
a ruckus.
Do you smell that? The cheese. No. No. Oh, god dang it. Why do I have it set to false here? I'm just stupid. When you get 2 more points, okay. There we go. So it moves the items now.
The goblins in
Only issue is it doesn't seem to work on the other side, though.
I'd rather listen to them over you.
So that's quite odd. They're my friends.
Our
Friendship will never end.
I need to follow their instructions even if
So,
I cause
or not entrance. Which is true, which means it's the exit, and object is conveyor. So, I mean, it should be working. Want some butter. She said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it'll make my batter bitter. Goes so hard, guys. So a bit of better butter, but a bit of better butter is sure to make my batter better. So why doesn't this work? Ooh. Printer! I'm not gonna know which one's printing it though. I'm gonna print entrance. Better was not bitter. So it's only playing the true one, yeah. So it should be working in this case, but it's not. So I have to figure out why. Actually, it looks like it is supposed to be colliding there. Oh, I'm just stupid. I should order Yeezy pods. What are those? Are these socks? What is wise? Is wise? Yeah, it's easy. Money? There's sock shoes, okay. I mean, I could. They barely have my size. But $20 for sock shoes? Yeah, that's pretty weird. They've got like treads. Maybe I can. I'll think about it, but honestly, shoes barely even fit my feet most of the time, so I'll have to think about it. Oh. You got 2 size 2s, nice. Okay, check it, gamers. Yes! Okay, so it works. There's still a lot of work that we have to do to get it fully working. But we're on the right track. Yeah, oh boy. UK size 10 / US size 11. Oh, okay. Nice. So does this break it? No shot. Did it actually? Wait. Okay, it didn't. Oh, right, so it only checks if it's full. So yeah, I mean, this works. It's, there's a lot of work that I still have to do to make it normal. As you can see, it kind of teleports, right? Like, we needed to do a check where it kind of, like, waits a minute. We need to add, essentially, just a queue of items, so... Make so my long movers can insert into my other long movers. You can. So with long movers, they just have to be facing the same direction to be inserted into. So, like if you do this, like this will work, I think. But now with the advent of long-range movers, there's kind of no reason to use, or not long-range movers, underground belts, there's kind of no reason to use long-range movers for that anyways. But this should work, I think. I don't have stone, this is a tragedy. Yeah, it works. No, they cannot turn underground. It is a straight line. So basically, if you want to turn it, you basically do this setup. You use your long movers? No? I mean, it already works. I don't know what the problem is. You can see it working. So yeah, we're good. We're golden Freddy. Okay, so yeah, we got a bunch of things that we have to do. Okay. So I think the way I'm going to handle the inventory is maybe this kind of stuff is like... Ow, I just pinched my finger. So yeah, what I need to do is I can't have these items just teleport, obviously. So I need to have them sort of take time to move across. What I'll probably do for that is change the inventory from being one slot to being like the number of the number of slots of the inventory will be the length of the connection. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then it'll be 8 inventory slots. And then just to, like, using the same time increment that I have set up already, they'll slowly move across. And then once they finally do hit the right, like, once they're on the last inventory slot, and then it ticks again, then they'll move into the other conveyor. I think that should work. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see. The only issue with that is, yeah, stuff like the conveyor will try to push items in, which will not work. So I think I'm gonna have to do it a little bit differently. Which is okay. Basically, I'll just have an array of underground items, which will just be these ones. So, yeah. One thing I am gonna have to check for, though, with that is like, okay, I have this one, and then I move it to that one. What's gonna happen? Like, so say it's like this, the items go underground, right? And now I build another one here. It's gonna have to, like, recalculate the size of the underground inventory. So, I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure that out. Ugh. Tired. Okay. No, let's get cracking away at that. I can stop printing that. So I'm going to add another variable here. I'm not going to have connection, because that's just going to be whatever that is. Var underground items. Yeah, there might be a way for me to do this without causing issues. I'll have to see. The only another issue that comes up with this, like having a separate thing, not the inventory for items. It has to do what happens when I, if I break the underground belt and drop the items, because the code I have set up will only check the inventory. But yeah. Yeah, lots of problems to figure out. What's up? Welcome to stream. Regular programmer in web. Yeah, let me take a look. I use GD scripts. I don't. Are you specifically talking about making this in GD script? On Unity? Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to... I'd have to, like, really watch through this whole video. As a big community, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't recommend making literally this game because this game already exists, right? So this would take quite a while. Some of the main things I see right off the bat. First off, a load of different enemies and stuff you're gonna have to design and draw. Second off, it has multiplayer. It looks like it has online, like, MMO multiplayer. Hey, what's up, Scary Pastry? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? So that's one big thing, because you're gonna have to set up like servers to host it and stuff. That's a huge time sink. And if you've only done like web programming, I would not do this. If you haven't done any other games before, I don't really think the scale of this game is feasible for a single person. You definitely need a full team. Is it Realm of the Mad God? Yeah. Yeah, it's an MMO. Yeah, there's... This would be a massive amount of work. Well, so they've been working on this game, supposedly, since 2011. So maybe that gives you kind of an idea of the amount of time it takes to do something of this scale. Yeah, this would definitely take quite some time. I'd estimate minimum for just getting like the basics set up, probably 2 years. That's if you're like putting full time into this and like, but honestly, realistically, it'd probably take way longer than 2 years. You know, that's given the assumption that you already are a game developer, know how to make games, and have experience making games already. So yeah, this is not an easy thing to do. I would definitely not make this game if I were you. I think you'll be disappointed with how much work it is. It's cool. It definitely has a big community. You are correct. But I think it would not be easy to do. Wow, that's oh, that's DLC. I was like, whoa, that's... Yeah, I don't want to rush. Just want to do something else besides web. That's fair, yeah. I definitely take... Like, if you've never done game dev stuff, I strongly suggest that you don't jump into an MMO. That's like the classic example I use as like the worst possible game to start out with. Because it's just true. MMOs are... guess what, guys? It's in the name. A massive amount of work. So yeah, don't do that. I mean, that's my recommendation. Of course, you can do whatever you want, right? But yeah, it's gonna take you many years, and unless you have a really strong advantage over other MMOs that are already out, unless your game is better than this game, you're gonna have a really hard time building up a following. So I'm just being honest. Yeah, that's just kind of my 2 cents on that. I think it's just too big of a scope. If you had an entire team of people, maybe. But I'm assuming you're going into this solo, so yeah. Would not recommend that. But you can do something similar, just not an MMO, you know? Like, you could maybe work on a roguelite. Just kind of get one smaller part of this and break it up into its own game. So, you know, for example, enemy combat, dungeon combat. Because this has a lot of things. It looks like this has procedural dungeon generation. It has enemies, it has multiplayer. I would take one of those things and make a game out of it. So if I were you, like, if you want to capture the overall vibe of this closest without killing yourself trying to make an MMO, I would probably just make a little roguelike game first and kind of understand game dev a bit more. But yeah. Anyways, on to what we were doing, but yeah. I've done web programming before, and it's impossible to my knowledge to make this game with web. I mean, nothing's impossible, right? You could do it with web programming, but yeah, that would be a bit of work. GDScript is a great way to start coding. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, GDScript's pretty easy to get into, so. Also start small things. I think I'll be stuck on something for a long time. I won't learn from scratch how to do networking, so on. Yeah. Yeah, just, yeah, start small. I mean, if you're saying, like, eventually at some point you could reach that, I'm not saying no. I mean, anyone can do anything given enough time and effort. But yeah, just be fully aware of, like, all of the work that goes into something like this. And you could do multiplayer still, but I would not do an MMO. Also, another big reason not to do an MMO is you have to pay for servers. You have to pay and run the game. And so unless you've already made a bunch of money, or you can you know, make $1 million on Kickstarter or whatever to pay for those servers, that's going to be a bra moment. And if you do free servers, well, your game's probably going to suck on free servers. Any game will, because free servers are not good. The whole thing with servers is, like, if the server's free, it's going to be garbage, because they have to still make a profit on those servers. So, any more than, I don't even know if a free server would be able to handle 1 player, let alone 2. So yeah. Starground guy fell. No. Where? But yeah, anyways. Let's keep working away at this underground belt. Yeah, I was bringing up some of the issues with not using, like, the inventory. Oh. So I have to take that into account. Little guy, is it up here? Oh yeah. Oh, it fell from the top of the screen. Yeah. So I do have the function here for adding things, I believe. Yeah, right here, add item. So we can actually do it that way. So we could say, like, if the inventory is full already, don't add the item. Also, if, like, the specific slot is free, right? So, yeah. I think it'll be okay in that case. I think we can work this out. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand the inventory of this. Inventory rows. Yeah, it's because the only issue is, like, dealing with, Yeah, this is just a tricky problem to figure out. I guess I would make it the maximum size that it would ever be. Which would, I don't know, maybe be like 16 or something. Stack size is still 1. Okay. Yeah, the only other issue is the mover, but I think the mover also uses this add item function, so we should be okay. But yeah. I'm new, only call me Dev Edu, or is it Edu? Is that how you pronounce it? Just so I'm not doing it wrong. But yeah, welcome in. Do you prefer Big Boy? See, it's your studio, so not sure if you want to be called. Yeah, I mean, you can call me Big. Basically, it's the studio is me. I mean, there are other people that help, but I'm kind of the man behind the slaughter, the mastermind, the megamind. You can call me Big Boy or just Jesse. That works too. Yeah. Whatever works. Whatever you want to call me. Made your own app that allows you to talk to others online. Oh, nice. That's cool. Sorry if I'm like just being silent a lot. There's just a lot of processing happening in here with this underground build, because I have to think about these things. Like, okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is I need to have like process event here. So I think I'll have a timer that I'm going to set up in here. So let's do this. So if you can grab it, we're just going to say do this. And then I'm going to sort of copy this, I think. So we're going to say if this happens, and I'm not going to be modding it. No, I will be, yeah. Alright, this is just so tricky. Well, okay. I know how fast I want my items to move per second. So it's 2, which means that it'll move 16. Yeah, so we're gonna just say... Oh, let's do this here. I'm gonna play Roblox because it's the only thing I can do on vacation. Oh yeah, do it up. There's a lot of good Roblox games. Var item move timer. Just be 0 by default. So with that, I'm gonna say if item move timer is less than or equal to 0, then we actually do it. So in here, this is where we say, okay, move the next item up, right? So item move timer will go back to... So it should take half a second, which will be... Basically, it's going to be our 1 divided by speed, I believe. Yeah. That should work. Then here we're going to go ahead and do our little algorithm for moving all the items up. So for I in data, actually I'm going to do I in range. So this is where we can do our check down here. Yeah, and then we'll always try to add the last item in our inventory. So here we're just going to say if inventory component data I plus 1 is equal to null, then we're going to go ahead and set it to that one. Other thing, though, that we're going to have in here is a check. So we have to say, like, if I is less than that. Actually, I think it has to be, see, if size is 5, means I is 4, size minus 1. So this is going to keep checking the next slot in our inventory, and we're just going to say like, okay, is the next one empty? If it is, move the item up. And so when an item is in the last slot of our inventory, that's kind of when we know that it's like ready to move into the next underground tunnel. I think. Right? What I'm actually going to do is print this out. So I'm going to print our inventory data. And, oh, I don't have any of the, yeah, let's restart. And I'm just going to see, hopefully the item will just kind of slowly move through the array, and we'll see that happen. But let's see what happens. Okay, so let's watch this. Here we go. Crash. Invalid get index amount. So it was not able to add. Oh, it's probably because I screwed it up. Let's our game is permanently bricked. Let's load up manual save 2 again. I should not complete the connection because that's not what we're testing here. So let's try this one more time. So if I put this here, let's just leave it like that. And so it looks like it just instantly moved over. Oh. Yeah, I know why. Classic programmer mistake. Since we start at the beginning of the array, that doesn't work. Yo, meow literary. Did I say that right? Meow literary. Meow literary. What's up? See your coaster and somebody buried on a rotating height axis next to your modest stack of luxurious seats. Yeah. That is exactly what's going on. I got the 2 chairs and then a toilet on top, yeah. Yeah, they're not actually there. I'm not co-streaming with anyone. But this is the autosave message. So what I actually need to do is say try and range. Can I start at the end of it? Let me see. To iterate over an array backwards. -1, -1. Let's give that a try. I am just going to break that. Down the latest stuff. Place it down again. Let's see what happens. Oh. So you can see it moving right here. Now the problem is that it did it way too fast, I think. I think it did. Let me measure the time it takes for this stuff to move. Yeah, it is half a second. So it should be going half a second, but it is going way too fast. So I'm just trying to figure out why that's the case. It's actually, I need to change this behavior now. So if I is greater than 0. -1. Yeah. Let's give that a try. It still goes way too fast. It's going every single frame. Maybe because this is actually ending up as 0 because of this. Let me just make sure. Well, I shouldn't need to cast that to float as long as one of those is... Yeah, because what can happen is that if it is a... if it's turning into an integer, that could be part of the reason. Oh, yep. So you can see it moving across the inventory every half a second. Oh yeah, see now there's actually 2. So you can see they do stack up. So we could add like a bunch of things in here and you can see them all move into the inventory, the underground inventory here. Yeah. And then it ends. So I think that actually works, which is crazy. And now if I break it, it does drop all of the items that are inside the underground belt. So it actually works rather well, yeah, I'd say. Now, I don't know what happens here. This is probably going to be a little broken. Yeah, see, because it's moving 8 items into this other underground belt. So now when I move this out, there's now 16 items underground, which is not correct. So we're going to have to figure that out. Hey, Taupe Squash, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Also, we got the cheese time. Got the $2. Yeah, you did. All right. Well, cheese time is redeemed. Let's hit it. Now we wait. I'm still doing stuff in the background. I know you can't see it. I do love cheese too. It's good to see some cheese lovers out here. Cheese goes hard. I like cheddar. I mean, I like pretty much all cheese. There isn't really like a cheese that I don't like, if I'm being totally honest. I honestly can't think of any. There's that one cheese that's filled with maggots, which I think would be kind of yucky. I do like blue cheese. I like blue cheese. It's yummy. Some people don't like blue cheese. It's a very common cheese that people don't like, but I like it. I think it's good. Blue cheese olives. Now that actually sounds pretty awesome. I haven't ever seen a blue cheese olive, but I think that's a wondrous combo. So we've turned off by the visible mold. Yeah, no, I mean, it's totally fair, you know, it's like... Just stuffed blue cheese and Spanish queen olives, yeah. No, that sounds really good actually. I need to see if I can find those. Yeah. Sounds rather delectable. Alrighty. Cheese time is no longer. Back to normal. Okay, so we're gonna do a big test here. So what I want to see, I want to see the items come out. I want it to wait a minute, then the items go back into the chest. Did not work. Epic fail, guys. So I don't know what I did wrong, but clearly something. You know, maybe I should break these, just make sure we're empty here, right? Oh, that's working. Yes. So it's kind of working. It's a little buggy, but also these items just haven't exited. So that's quite odd. Oh, it's because it's trying to go into a mover. I think that's why. Which, that behavior should work, so I need to fix that. See, there's still gears in here. Oh. Did I just increase my gear count? Gross mold is a minor factor for me. I don't mind when it's chips flavor or anything, but I'm not typically compelled to find creatively made food stuff that in the end tastes like wood shavings. Yeah. Yeah, no, that is totally fair. It's not for everybody. I do like the funk, but it doesn't work. Whoops. Now, why doesn't this work? Maybe it did work. Maybe I'm just stupid. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put 89 coins in. We should see 89. What the heck? Gears are coming out. How? What is this? Wizardry. I've accidentally invented transmutation. Actually, what's happening, though? This is causing issues. It's because it's trying to get a mount on null. So let's see if we can just check for null. Let's just do it in the... It's happening in the tunnel, right? Or... Oh, it's happening in the... Oh. Interesting. So it's a problem with the mover. It's really what's happening here. So I'm just gonna not include the mover and then see what happens with that. It's because the mover is always trying to grab the first item out of the underground conveyor, and that's causing lots of issues. So I think in the mover, honestly, I just need to say if it's a conveyor, but I would like it to be able to grab out of the tunnel. That's the thing. But we have behavior for these different things. I'm just gonna say If it's a conveyor, do that case. If it's a conveyor tunnel, then grab the last one. And we're gonna see if that works. Oh wait, this is outputting an item. No, that won't work. Whoopsies. I need to do inputting. Where is inputting? Ah, it's down there. Okay. Let's get rid of that. So inputting's down here. It's right here, so this is essentially what's happening here. Yeah, so it's saying try to put the item in if you can, then delete it. So that's not good. So what I need to do instead of this is say this LF. So if it's a conveyor tunnel, then I want different behavior here. Almost the same, but I just want to grab from 15 instead. And I am going to have to change that, but it's okay. Just want to see this work. I actually fixed our issue. I don't know if it's still transmutating or not, but we'll see. It's trying to add a null item, which is not good. So how the heck does that work? It's adding a null item. Oh, it's just because it's doing add item on the null object. Right, because it doesn't, there's no such thing as full. So all we have to do is just say if it's not null, then give it a try. What's up, Ryan? How's it going? So is this going to stop transmutating items? No, it still is. So it deleted some items, which is worrying. No? Uh-oh. Not only are we transmutating items, we're duplicating items too. Not good. Oh, it's probably because delete item is wrong in here. Yeah, okay, so it's because delete item is deleting it from 0. We just have to set it to 15. I think. Did I work on this full time? Pretty much, yeah. I graduated from college a few weeks ago this spring, so I've been just trying to make this work. Do I get paid a full-time wage? Absolutely not. I get paid a 0 wage, far below minimum wage, but we're gonna see how it goes. If Starground does really good, then great. I'm gonna work on Starground. If not, I don't know. I guess I'll have to get a real job. So, yeah. We'll see how it goes. Okay, let's hope this works now. So, I have these items. I need some more stone and stuff. Let me just go grab it. So let's just avoid the mover issue right now. I think I fixed the issue, but just so it doesn't cause any issues for us right now. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put one item in. It's going to be a sword blade, and we're going to see what happens to it. Okay. Well, I hope it turns out it'll win. Yeah, I appreciate it. I hope too. Looks dope. Hope it pops out for you. I appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, I do hope it works out. I mean, it's... just have to see. And, you know, if it doesn't, it's still just a good learning experience, you know? So, hey, Mando, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. You know, and it's always just good to do this stuff. It's something I could put on a resume, you know, so... I don't really think it's lost time if it doesn't work out. But yeah. Oh, okay. So I put the one item in. Oh. Oh. Okay, so I see what's happening here. So it didn't transmutate this time, so that's good. But now let's try putting a different item in just to make sure. Let's put a coin in. I think why it was transmutating was because we put the item in, but it never deleted any of the other items. So it would just keep grabbing the gear that I put in there originally. So yeah. Looks like it's working though. Yeah, good stuff. Hey, good evening. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Okay, it looks like we're not transmutating. So let's do a bigger test. I'm going to put exactly 99 copper ingots in. And we're going to see what happens. We're going to see if it all breaks and dies. So hopefully what we get from this is exactly 99 copper ingots back out. And if we don't, then it's all bad. I think the most catastrophic, like, glitch with these kinds of things is losing or changing items. Because that just breaks everything if you have an underground belt, you know, that... Also, what is up? Settlings with the raid. What's going on, everybody? How's it going? Thank you so much, Settlings, for the raid. I appreciate it. Let me give you a shout out. Appreciate it. How's it going, everyone? It's going well. Awesome. That's always good to hear. What were you up to today on your stream? Uh-oh, guys. It made 69, so something's wrong. Yeah. I hope the items are still in here, though. Well, I don't know how many I just picked up. I think that's correct. Let's do the test again. I'm gonna drop the copper out, so I just have this copper. Then let's put it in and see what happens. More inventory UI stuff, single progress on consuming items and making sure things like heals over time or working properly. Yeah, nice, that's awesome. It's cool stuff. Hey, thank you for the follow. Chase now a bit of floating point discrepancy. Oh yeah, the classic. Got it mostly sorted, yeah. Get my equipment system working again. Ah, yeah. Fun stuff, yeah. Stuff like that's always so difficult, like inventory, item management. I mean, that's what I'm dealing with right now, pretty much. I'm working on the underground conveyor belts in Starground right now. And it's funky. Item management can be, like, weird. Yeah. Yeah, it is good stuff. It's important, for sure. Yeah, underground belts. I figured it's something that would be pretty good to have in the game. So, it looks like we do have the rest of the copper stored. So, okay. At least we're not losing items. That's, like, a good step in the right direction, right? So, what's happening here is, I think 15 items are being left in each conveyor. Because 99 minus 30 is indeed 69. Nice. So, for some reason the items aren't being moved over in this tunnel here. So I have to kind of figure out why that's the case. I think the best way to figure this out, I just need to print out what the inventory is every frame for this. So I'm going to print out the component oops. Inventory data. And so I can actually know which one is which. I'm going to print out whether it's the entrance or not. So we're going to see what's actually being stored in here and what's going on. Oh, I was like, why isn't it printing? Whoa. Okay, so I need to print a new line over here. Maybe 2 new lines. Okay, so here's the beginning. So true. So this one is the entrance. So yeah, it's just a bunch of coppers in there. The last slot is null though. So I think what's happening is in here. So this is the item like moving. Oh, it's because I have it set to... No, that should work actually. So this should start at size -1, which should be 15. Let me double check what's going on in here. Starts from B, increases by steps of -1, and stops before -1. Yeah, that should work. So I'm looping through. If I is greater than 0, which is correct. So if the current slot is null, then we're going to say the current slot will now equal the next slot. So it should work. It's just weird that it's not incrementing. So why is that the case, right? It could be the fact that can grab is a little whack. And I believe it is. So I think it's because and full. Full is not really a variable for this object anymore. So let's see if that fixed it. It looks like that might have fixed it. So we should end up with 99 in here. Yes. So that's a good step. I'm gonna put the whole stack in there again, you know, just double check it all. Make sure we're all good. So it takes the items just fine at the full rate. I noticed that this was happening or the output was outputting every other like item. So I want to make sure that's not happening. Didn't realize you could hot reload. Yeah, it's really convenient for cases like this where I'm just modifying code and I want to see how that's changing things. The only like thing that hot reloading doesn't work with is like changes to nodes. So if you change a node, like in here, if I delete this node, I have to reload the game. But just for like checking script behavior though, it works really well. It's pretty nice. And of course, there's some wackiness every once in a while. I've had cases where it's crashed my game, like hot reloading stuff, but yeah. So yeah, then it does every other one, so it's kind of whack. I have to figure that out. Yeah, always sort of. Yeah, it can be unstable, but yeah, easy limitation. Yeah, honestly, it's pretty reasonable. It just makes sense that you would need a relaunch for something like that. Yeah, it's pretty weird. I think what's happening, or what must be happening, is so I think this inventory gets filled up. So, hey, Ninja Codes, thank you so much for the follow. Let me. Oh yeah, there's some Kickstarter drawings I was doing. Oppenheimer. I might actually switch over to that pretty soon. I need to finish these up. They're just a bunch of guys. Anyways, I'm gonna visually draw this out. So I think what's happening is that we have our two conveyors. So yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, yeah, they're like the little icons for the different reward tiers. So I've been just working away at those. So this inventory gets full with the items. Ignore this one, that one's weird. It's trying to put an item in over here, but it's full. The very same frame, I think what's happening is this item moves over and it frees up this slot, but it's already checked over here. And so you get this weird back and forth where now there's like a weird gap and it doesn't check again until this item's moved over there and now it moves it here. So I think that's why it's going every other. The fix to this will just be not having a bunch of slots over here. Because the exit should only have one inventory slot anyways. Essentially the exit will work identical to just a regular conveyor. So yeah, it shouldn't, hopefully won't be an issue. We'll see though. But yeah. Alright, so I need to modify all this now. So in ready, what I'm gonna say is, let's see here. I'm gonna have one thing up here. Actually, no. Systems like this have lots of... Yeah, there are a lot of problems to solve. It's always like this with this stuff. Yo, hydrate. Coca-Cola Zero Vanilla. It's pretty good. I'd say as far as soda goes, this is one of the best zeros I've had. I don't know, the vanilla makes it taste more like regular Coke. I don't know how to explain it, but... Coke Cherry fan yourself? Yeah, that's fair. Coke Cherry's pretty good. Vanilla is magic, yeah. It's crazy. Okay, so it's right here. So this is checking, have we looked at the last one? So what we're gonna do is say var belt length is equal to global position dot distance to object dot global position divided by 16. So I'm just gonna print that value. Just so we can confirm that this is what I think it is. And let's try it out. I need to stop printing the other crazy one, though. This one, yeah. Vanilla Coke is base. It is, yeah. It's pretty good. I thought I stopped printing these. Oh, I did. No? Oh? Now, where am I printing this? It shouldn't be. Oh, I'm also printing it down here. Get out of here. Maybe that was why it was so hard to read. So I was actually printing the inventory twice. Okay. So you can see the belt length variable. So, yeah, it's eight tiles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Basically, it's 8 in between here. So, yeah, I think that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So now I know the distance between that and the next object. So that kind of tells me where I want to put the cutoff of, like, the end of the belt. So I just did a weird thing to my throat. That hurt. I don't know how I did that. I moved my arm and I kind of swallowed at the same time, and it, like, felt like a weird... It's like someone punched the inside of my throat. I don't know what that was about. Like they don't sell any Coke Classic here at all. It gives me the existential dread vibe. Yeah. That's the bro moment. Sweeteners or nothing, yeah. Yeah, I don't think they... I think, well, regular Coke is just, well... Yeah, there's two kinds. There's the Classic, which has cane sugar, and then... I think the regular default Coke has corn syrup, but I don't actually know. Yeah. Mexican Coke is the old cane sugar recipe. I've had both. I think the taste difference personally is very tiny. The cane sugar is a tiny bit better, but yeah. Yes, we've got the, yeah, Coke. Is it Coke Classic? No, Coke Classic is not Coke Original, right? Is that what it is? It's confusing. But Coke Classic is the one that has corn syrup, I think. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Like how everywhere else in the world has what you call fancy Coke. Yeah. Depends. There's some cases where Coke tastes gross, and the OT version has a lot more of those conditions. Yeah. OG version? OT acronym? Offensive tackle? Oh, original taste. Okay. Yeah. So wait, is original taste the one that has cane sugar? Is that what it is then? I'm getting confused. There's Coke Classic, there's Coke... Is Coke Original a thing? I don't know. It's how they invented specifically to trick people. It's Classic, yeah. Okay. Coke Classic. Ugh. Yeah, because Classic is not Classic. Coke Classic is the one with corn syrup, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's a classic Coke can. It's confusing. Marketing moment. Am I right? Make it as confusing as possible so people don't actually know what they're drinking. Yeah, I don't know. it is a broad moment that we have a lot of food additives in the U.S. Because I know like a lot of different like food colorants also are banned in the European Union. I don't know which ones specifically, like banned food additives in Europe. A lot that we have in the US. I know titanium dioxide is one that's in like Skittles. I don't actually know what titanium, like I know what titanium dioxide is. It's, you know, it's an oxide. But like, why do they use it? Is it just a preservative? Like, why do you use titanium dioxide? It brightens colors, adds colors to food. Okay. Well, it's kind of lame that we have it. Hey, Lion Master, what's up? Hi and bye. It's later. Yeah, no, that's all good. That is no problem at all. But thanks for popping in the stream. I appreciate it. And have a good night. Okay. So yeah, I guess that's why they use it in Skittles, because the inside of Skittles are white. So yeah. Oh, it's 1 a.m. Yeah, get that sleep. Yeah, there's a lot of goofy stuff like that. Red 40. Is Red 40 banned in the EU? I don't know. Or good morning. It's it's in between. It's not morning, but it's not night either. But yeah. Dusk? Evening? What is evening? 6 p.m. It's not quite evening then yet. It's basically evening. Midday? I don't know. Yeah. Let's get allergic reactions. Food dyes for they really acknowledge people could be allergic to them. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's too bad. I wish we could get things like that banned, but it's always more to something there. There you go. That's the correct answer. Yeah. Yeah, but the US kind of sucks about policy and stuff like that. That's one of my big gripes of the United States, is that we're very slow to stuff like this. And I think a big part of it also is that companies want these things to be legal because they're cheap. So that's too bad. But oh well. It is what it is. Yeah. Probably not going to be moving to the EU, though. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe one day. Not now. As a result of our spherical planet. I don't know. I don't know, guys. I'm pretty sure the planet's a donut. Last time I checked, I got up in a really tall building. Looked like a donut to me, I'm gonna be real. Nah, it's... I don't think it's a donut. Sometimes you gotta... Sometimes people don't understand that I don't think the world's actually not a donut. No, I'm sure everyone gets it. Okay. I don't think it's a donut. I know it's a donut. You're correct. Here, I'll show you it right now. Check it. Oh, Counter-Strike 2. I will prove to you that the world's a donut. This is undeniable proof. I'm gonna show you all. It'll only take a minute. Major segments increase that. No. We're almost done. Put color in there. I will prove. I promise. Almost done with my speed run. Yes! It is the world! It is a donut. Told you all. Yeah. Let's lower the scale. There we go. Live footage from the International Space Station. Look, guys. Actually, it orbits this way. Okay, anyways. Heard food coloring before I went. We may have perhaps mentioned Red 40. Function, go to bed, become tired, say goodnight, put laptop away, enter bed, let's go. Yeah. No, you missed a semicolon! The program's not gonna work now. Oops, what did I just type? Type 2 zeros. Did not mean to do that. Want to make a console right now. I'm actually working on a tiny project that lets you level up by traveling and stuff. Oh, nice. That's cool. Always like little games like that. Like, Oregon Trail. That's a fun game. You travel and gather stuff and upgrade. Error in line 3. Function go to bed. Failed to actually go to bed. Yeah. The planet my food culture is from. Planet Donut. Yeah. It's crazy, guys. Blender shaders are fun. I wish I was better at shaders. But I'll keep working away at it. You travel in real life to level up. I guess that's true. Doesn't do anything where you can brag about how many levels you have. Nice, yeah. It's just that GDScript kind of doesn't work in one line of code. Oh yeah, that's true. I'm not good at shaders. Nah. There's insane people that do crazy stuff. One such person that does insane shaders all the time is a Celestial Maze. I mean, look at some of these shaders. This is a shader. This shader that they just did recently, crazy stuff. I mean, look at all the nodes. Yeah. This would be really hard, guys. They do some crazy. No way, they're born. Oh, I thought that was 2023. I was like, yeah. Just stuff like this. Like I have no idea how you would do this shader. Is this in Godot? Oh, right. No, the program they used was made in Godot. But this is crazy. You know? I mean, how do you do this stuff? Like this one's insane. This is in Blender. Sometimes they do Blender stuff and sometimes they don't. This one? I mean, they like explained it and stuff, but it's just insane, you know? So much work. I think my thing is like, how do you know how to do this stuff like just from nothing, you know? Because it's just crazy. It's crazy that stuff like this is like a shader. I don't know. Oh, this one's crazy. Like crackling, glowing. Oh, it's lightning. That's so cool. I don't know how they do it. I hope one day I can achieve a fraction of that. They made a neutron shader, or a neutron star shader. Let's go. Don't have much experience with shaders. Can really need them. When I do them, I do need them. I tend to find I've accidentally learned the basics somewhere else. Yeah. Yeah, I was working on a shader for Starground actually. This water is a shader over here. And this was fun trying to learn how to do it. Hard, but pretty fun. The thing that was really hard about this actually was the fact that it was code, right? And code shaders are way harder than nodes. But this is the shader here. Feel free to copy it. Wait, that's not the one. It's this one. Yeah, this was hard, guys. Shaders easier. Yeah, I mean, maybe to some. I think code shaders, at least for me, are way harder than node shaders. Node shaders are just like, I don't know, easier to understand. Terrified of writing shader code. When you use shader graph, maybe you'll pull differently after leaving nodes for a while. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Just have to see. Code shader stuff is so hard for me, I think, because you can't really visualize what these things are. Like, what does the screen UV look like and stuff, you know? It's just like that, that barrier between the visuals of it and all the code. Because with node shaders, like in Blender, for example, you can like really easily view what these things are. So I can just like do an image texture, or actually like a preview node. Or they don't have preview nodes here, do they? Huh. Well, you can just do like an image texture. And there's also like plugins to view what these things are. No, it's not an image. What is it? I thought there's a viewer node. It's not here. Well, never mind. I am lying. But you can see like what these things visually are like way faster. Like, okay, what does this noise texture look like? And then you can just see it. And it's like, okay, that's the noise texture. It's kind of just random colors and splotches. You can't do that with code as easy. You can, but you have to change your whole code whenever you want to see that, so I don't know. At least you have access to it all without having to go through 9,000 menus. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. What you can do ways is roll through the third dimension of a noise field. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that's kind of a cool way of doing it. Yeah, I think for mine, I just kind of have it set to multiply and offset. That's cool, yeah. Definitely something you could try out. Oh, what was that jump scare? I didn't see it. Yeah, but yeah, shaders are cool. Shaders are very powerful. You can do a lot of cool things with shaders. Yeah. What? Is that a chair on the bottom left? Perhaps. So guys, here's my theory for what the moon is. So I think the moon orbits like this. I think it goes through the center of the donut. So the moon orbits like this, and then at the same time, the Earth is rotating like this. So everyone eventually gets to see the moon, right? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense, guys. I don't know. It's like this. Earth is rotating. It's definitely a donut, guys. You know, now that we got the shader done, it could be any shape we want. Cone Earth. Hey, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. We could do the classic flat Earth, you know? Or we got an icosphere. It's a D20. The Earth is a monkey! Nah, just kidding, guys. It's a rock. Oh, the lag. This is a funny looking rock. Yo! Check out this rock, guys. Oh, it's because I didn't set the Y scale, that's why. Oh, and the Z scale. Whoa! Check out the Earth, guy. That's a big planet. Oh my god. All of the Earths in one solar system. Maybe I should have a planet in Starground that's flat. You know, because I have like all the planet previews in the Star Launcher. Like if we go up to it. Factory's out of power. All these. Maybe one of them is just flat. Just a flat rotating plane. Yeah. All the facts we're told about Earth are highly suspect. For example, if Earth is so big, how come it won't find me? Yeah. Have these ever made more sense to me than this demonstration? Yeah. See, I'm telling you, I'm onto something. Big round rock, an infinitely vast void of nothingness. That's true. The universe is like basically just a bunch of empty space with a little sprinkle, a grain of matter. Even atoms themselves are 99% nothing. So. Earth is trapezoid? Probably, yeah. I bet it's some form of trapezoid. See my skull's contents? Exactly. Me too. It's gonna show us the 1% that really matters. Yeah. I'm believing flat Earth. I'm currently in the monkey head Earth camp. Dude, me too, honestly. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying I think this makes the most sense. I mean, it kind of all adds up, you know. Here, I have to clean up the edge. Where is it? We have to do clear sharp. Oops, I didn't mean to subdivide it. I mean, hey. Rotates like this, right? Down here is Australia. Does it rotate like... Which way would it rotate? Would it rotate like this? Would it rotate like this? Or would it rotate like this? Which one? Which one is correct? X, Y, or Z? I think it goes from chin to back of head, so this one. It would explain seasons, yeah. It's definitely a monkey. And then do you think the moon is just another little monkey? So hear me out, right? Here, let's do another quick little texture here. We're gonna do a Voronoi texture. Gonna add a color ramp. Oops. So we're gonna plug in distance. So this will let us make craters. Sort of like that. Make the scale like smaller maybe. Check out, guys, it's the moon. Ooh, at a diagonal. So it would be both. So you'd be doing... Or wait, no. You have to do rotate. I'm trying to figure out the right key combo. Like this. Yeah. Makes sense. Moons in banned spacecraft live by ancient aliens. That's what happens when Monkey Earth bangs Dalmatian Mars. No way. We got a entire solar system of monkeys? I could. By inference, we know the moon to be a cat. Interesting. So we know the moon to be made from cheese, but hasn't been eaten by mice yet. That is very good. Very good point. I think you are absolutely onto something. I think we're gonna see the moon right now. I think I think you're gonna freak when you see the moon. I think this is the moon, guys. I don't know, but no! Ah! Okay. I have to move the armature. Yeah, it's funny when you just move the model because it like breaks all of the bones. So you get like some horrible deformed monstrosity like this. Honestly, it's kind of a good way to make like horror game creatures. Just like make a rig and then move it like a little too far and it's a new monster. Like this one. Or you could go really crazy with it, like it's got this long front appendage. Back to normal. Not. Yeah. Let's get rid of this cat. Get out of here, cat. Ooh. The moon isn't made of cheese, but what if it was made of barbecue spare ribs? I would eat it. I would also eat it if it was cheese. Also, I don't know though, it'd be a little weird eating meat. Eating space meat. I don't know about that. Very popular Half-Life 1 mod, or there was a popular Half-Life 1 mod that looked like that, yeah. It's fun stuff. Crafting animations, just animate your models through the fourth spatial dimension. Exactly, yeah. Schwartz Mill incidentally also proves that Quaternion math is in fact Eldritch lore. That's crazy. Eat the moon if it was made of dust. Dust, yummy dust. I like Dust. Dust 2? Did you know, guys, they made a sequel to Dust. Can you believe that? If you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself? That's a good question. I take at least a little bit of a nibble. I wouldn't full eat because I would die. But, you know, I would sacrifice a limb or two. So, you know. Guys, just put something old school. What milk-related software was it called? What is milk-related software? Milkware? Feels like I might have Unity project. Oh, this is actually just in Blender. This isn't Unity, but I was just messing around. This is the Earth. This is the Earth is a monkey. I mean, I thought it was obvious, but it orbits like this. The moon was a cat. It's gone now. But we have little monkey moon as a replacement. It's crazy how big the moon is relative to Earth. Has the biggest moon relative to the main planet's mass in the entire solar system. No, you would cover yourself in mustard? Yeah. Oh, man. It's cheap and let people mod source games, so I got curious for cross-referencing. Oh, yeah. Here's a riddle for you. What do programmers and plastic surgeons have in common? Back-end development. That's correct, yeah. Yes. Monkey Earth. Anyways, yeah. I'll stop totally procrastinating with Monkey Earth. Maybe actually do some real work. Just had so much the lack of a brain in programmers. Programmers don't have brains. We're all AI. It's just gotten so good that people don't realize it. Fortunately, brain is part of the standard library. Laser, yeah. Oh, man. I'm just thinking here. For index. How do I do it's like ternary expression right now. Equals condition. Okay. For index will equal so if it's false, it'll just be 1. If it's true, it'll be belt length. So if oh, what is this? If you want a ternary operator, use truthy value. Oh. So var index will equal belt length if entrance false 1. Interesting. Unfortunately, brain is part of this. Alright, I heard that. All artificial where simulate entities and simulation created by our masters. Maybe. Hey, what's up, Zen? And a computer of another person, yeah. It's all just Minecraft, guys. We're in someone's Minecraft world right now. Think about it. We mine and craft. That's like some of the biggest things humans do, right? So, just saying. The theory is that we're simulating a video game as the NPCs. Could be. Then who's the main player? Probably like, I don't know. I'm not even gonna make a guess. No Man's Sky? Oh, yeah. Rock and Stone. Rock and Stone, brother. I like, Deep Rock Galactic. That's a fun game. Okay, let's see what this does. Oh god, I have to hurry before the ad starts. Ooh. I got 28 seconds. Don't snooze the ad. Don't do it. I'm looking at you, Psycho. I got time. That goes there, that goes there. Put an item in. Oh. Okay. Ad starting now. We'll figure out why it's duplicating items. No, do not snooze it. Why is the ad taking so long? Ad starting soon. Twitch. Come on. Twitch. There we go. Oh man. Oh. Oops. I'm actually gonna move this whole item move timer down, I think. No ads, since the advertisers don't know what ads would be interested in. No cookies. Dude, I don't know if I could live without cookies, I'm gonna be real. Cookie Monster would love the internet. That's true, that's true. Okay. So I changed some code. We're going to see what happens here. So first off, it should not take in items. Takes in items, guys. Oh, it just doesn't move them up. Okay. Let's see what happens here. I mean, it looks like it's kind of working. Sort of. At least it's working over here on this side, I believe. That seems to be proper behavior. I don't think we have any more of that, whoa. I don't think we have any more of that weirdness with, what? Oh, it's just a collision shade. I'm gonna put a freaking chest down. I need a stone and wood. Why am I mining it? Let's just go get it. don't know how much I put in here. It's probably like 99. White void, I know. But the inventory on this is still big, though. I have to fix that. I hope it was 99. Should be ending soon, then. Should end at 77, I think. I think I've accidentally created an infinite resource generator. I believe I have. Okay. So what happens if a resource node spawns at your feet? It shouldn't spawn at your feet. I have like code set up to just make sure that doesn't happen. But if it did, I mean, it wouldn't really be anything that bad. Like, you would just kind of get stuck and you could just break out of it. Just mine the node, you know, so. It's still taking items out of there. What's going on here? Should only add an index. So I'm gonna do this. Where do I have it set to full? I'll do this. That's my copying not work sometimes. I think you need to move the moving animation to show up in the side the mover. Hey, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. Let me give this a try. So one thing I just want to fix right now is it shouldn't start putting items in until it actually has a valid connection. But it still is. Let's go look at the mover again. I think there's something wrong in there. Yeah, I think it's back up here, right here. Well, it's add item. Let's go take a look at that. So in add item here. But I should also check if it's full. Oh, I guess it doesn't. So we're just gonna say if... Man, how could I do this? Use static typing. I've heard that a million times, yeah. Maybe one day I'll go back and make things statically typed, but honestly, it's not really a priority for me right now. Most of the time, it doesn't realistically result in a 70% increase. It does if you have a very controlled scenario where you have nothing else in your project and it's just straight up code. But the truth is that 90% of your lag will not come from code. It usually comes from like physics and node behavior. So really, most of the thing is like, okay, you have array here that's enabled when it doesn't need to be. Like that'll cause more lag than any code I could ever make would, you know, so. But yeah. 85% of your code stack with type, yeah. I mean, I'll go back and do that eventually, but yeah. It's just kind of like not really a problem right now. Not really something I need to fix. Yeah, well that's not working. So, okay, in the add function here, add item. So basically I need to check is there a connection and then add it. Let's see here. Well, I can add one item. What I could say actually is this. So if inventory 0 is null. Or I'll just say it's, yeah. Let's give that a try. So it should add in one item, but it won't do the rest until the underground belt can push them. Yeah. So that's good, because I mean it can always preload at least one item. Then it'll wait for the next one to be placed, and then it'll start loading in all the items. So, yeah, that looks pretty good to me. But then again, now we still have this issue where it just infinitely generates items. So we have to figure out why that's happening. So what we're doing down here, we're saying add an item, which will be the one at index, which is like the last one. And then we're running delete item. Ah, that's our issue. So index will equal, yeah. I guess I'll require the passing of index. So this is why, yeah, it's not working. We can't say 15, we have to say at index. Now it should stop generating infinite items. It's still doing the one by one thing, or like every other gap. Gonna have to figure out how I can change the order of operations with that. It's because this code here is like running before that one runs, and so it just becomes a big problem. Let's just take the items out of here. I want to see how many more come out of here. So it should just be the ones underground, then it stops, yeah. We're getting really close. I mean, with every test that we do here, we're just a little bit closer. So I'm just going to do a test with one item, which is the Dreadcap trophy. Yeah, that seems good to me. So I also want to do a test here. Let's see. I'm trying to think how we could do this. Even item sounds cool. I mean, it's cool, but for balancing, it's not. Okay, this is what I want to do. So I just want to see, like, does this actually go at the right speed, right? Yeah, sorry, already fixed. So it should get here at the exact same time. Ooh. It's actually faster than regular belt, so that's not good. I was kind of surprised by that, actually. I thought it would be slower. But I guess not. Well, let's give it another try. So observe. Yeah, you can see it's one tile too fast. So what I'm gonna have to do here, I think, is down in our thing here in belt length. So I think we're gonna do that, but then also +1. And we're gonna see what happens with that. I'll speed this up. Okay, so let's see what happens. I don't need that many coins, but let's see. There we go. It's not going to be perfectly in sync, I mean, just because of the fact that we use delta time. And it does make sense that this is ever so slightly faster. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but on these conveyors, there's one frame where the item stops and it checks for the next one to go to. And it's not really a big issue, but you can see they kind of slowly back up, even when they're not technically backed up. And it's something I might try and fix, maybe, at some point. I'll have to see, though. It's kind of a tricky thing. There's a lot of tricky, like, order of operations type of thing with this. So... Also, what's up, Connor? How's it going? Ooh, sorry, just stretching. Didn't notice until you showed us, yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty tiny thing. Like, you don't really think about it or notice it really, but if you look really close, you can see it happen. And it's not really a problem until it like adds up. And even in this case, it's a very tiny difference, but the last way person on my street. Yeah, go get some sleep. Duh, go get out of here. Go get some Z's. Probably try to simplify the system from the start to avoid complexity. Yeah. I like to do that too. But yeah, see you later, Master. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. But I'm not going to rework the core of the entire game right now. I mean, it's not that complicated. It's just like it's just a minor thing that I have to go correct. I think what's happening is in here, if I go to the conveyor script, it might be easier to change than I think. So essentially what's happening in here, it goes along. Is it a conveyor? Then we do it. So I think it's also here. So essentially we push it along. Item gets pushed to the end. We get the collider there. And this could be the culprit partially, because I think the ray uses like the physics process frame. So what I could do is do ray.force raycast update, and that might actually force it to update at the regular speed. So I mean, let's see what that does. No, it still happens, so it's not that. So my guess is what's happening then is that it takes one frame for this can grab thing to update. And so we add it to the next conveyor, right? But I think it's just like a 1 frame delay with this item position plus. So maybe what we need to do is this. Is when we add it, we also say object dot get node item dot position plus equals object dot item dir times object dot speed. And that might fix it. I think it's just because it's not running that frame right as you add the item. So let's see what happens. I mean, it looks like it kind of works. It basically averages it out over time. So I think it still does get set back. But you can see it makes it a little glitchy. So it's not really a good solution. I don't know. I'll have to figure out the exact issue, but it's a very minor thing right now. Honestly, it's like not really that important to fix, so I'm not going to do it. But I'll get around to that eventually. Could also have to do with delta smoothing, just because underground belts don't use delta smoothing. So can't quite tell what Big Boy's doing. Looks kind of like twerking. Oh, the character. Is this an idle animation with the backpack? It's a bouncy backpack. Well, there has been comments made about it. It looks like twerking actually. So I think it's fine. I think it's kind of funny. Oh yeah. Oh. Okay, well, I mean, we're pretty close. I'm trying to think of what else we need to do. Right? Because, I mean, we put the items in. We get the same number out. Oh, yeah, it's this issue. Forgot. So what exactly is happening? Sound effects we can, yeah. I have not added sounds to conveyors. Just because there's a lot of them and it can get loud. But yeah. Get off to bed, alright. Have a good sleep. Oh, I need to go off to bed right now. Tired. The sound of conveyors on screen. Yeah, I can do that. Like, I have to do like distance checks though. I guess I could just get the distance to the closest conveyor and then play a sound based off of that. Also, go to bed. Only once. Yeah, like just have a sound attached to the player that's just the conveyor sound. And then it just plays depending on the position of the closest conveyor, yeah. I'll write it down as a possibility. Visibility notifier, yeah. Aw, dude, use the function on you. You better go to bed. Can't deny the function. Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out, like, what's going on here. So... So it adds the item. I think what's happening is that the item doesn't get out. Yeah, so it doesn't get out of the underground belt in time. So the way I fix this with movers is I just make movers a tiny bit faster than conveyors. But that's not really a great solution. It might actually be the same issue that's happening with the conveyors now that I think about it. Or why it does that little stutter. Because it just takes a little bit too long to get out. I think I have to have like another check that's basically like, are you close enough to outputting the item? And then if so, just do it, you know? Although that brings up a lot of concerns, because like that can happen. Like, what if you have a line of conveyors, and then this one says finish on this one, and then that one says finish on that, and then it just like snaps, and then all of a sudden there's like items that are just like instantly going through, right? So yeah, it's kind of a tricky problem. Basically, I need to do this check after like the movement. Because theoretically, it should be the exact same amount of movement. I think the reason why this is an issue is because can grab is calculated after this. Yeah. So, I mean, if I move can grab back up here, we'll see if that fixes the issue. But I'm pretty sure there's a reason why I had can grab at the bottom. Did not fix it. You've got ulterior motives. Tell me the truth. Okay, so that doesn't help. Oh, oh man. Oh, oh. Spaghetti noodle. It's not a spaghetti noodle. Looks like it though. It's a wire. It's doing some little Arduino wiring, perhaps. If you rotate it fast enough, it just like doesn't flop anymore. It just goes vertical. It's hard to do it. Ah, man. How am I going to solve this? Okay. So that item gets pushed over. Basically, I just need to do this check of adding the item after all of the items have had a chance to move. Right? So I think I need to do this check basically immediately after. Actually, the issue might be here. So it might be saying right here. So I could say ball is false. Because delete item does do it, but it takes too long for it to update. So let me see if this works. No. It's certainly annoying. Grab doesn't matter. Yeah, because basically I just need this to, as soon as the item gets inserted, it's ready to be inserted into. Aye, but there's the rub. So the problem is that this is kind of an impossible problem to solve. So the reason why is because, say like, okay, I'm like, that gets inserted first, then this one can check for the insert. The problem though is that I have to basically go up the line on that everywhere. So like, this one has to do it first, and this one has to do it first. So you get this like weird line of like things having to take turns. But that doesn't really work, because this has to take a turn, and then it has to... It's just... yeah. So... I'm trying to think of the way to solve this. The way that this is solved, usually... is that basically like a game like Factorio doesn't use delta time for conveyors. It uses a static time that is consistent for everything, right? Also, we got the ad. I'll wait for the ad. Oh, yeah, spam ad. Aren't all ads spam ads? Hmm. Oh. The food. Yeah. I'm trying to think of a way I could separate the item movement from Delta right now. And the way that I actually do it with the conveyor belts, which works well, is that the conveyors are essentially just modding the tick time, which is always a specific number. It'll always be the same for every single node. Now I have to go to bed. Yeah, you should have been asleep a long time ago. Oh, man. Problem with that, though, is I can't use mod. Because the items could be at different locations at different times. So that doesn't really make any sense. And I could calculate my own delta, I guess. But I don't think that would really fix the problem. It just matters on these things being frame perfect. If delta time was not a factor, this wouldn't be broken. For example, I'll show you. I'll take delta time out. At least I'm pretty sure. I can't say that with absolute certainty, but let's check it. So I closed out of the game. That was a big blunder. Actually, I can just load the autosave. Yeah, I just rely so much on like this perfect timing. Okay, so delta time is out of the equation with this now, and we're gonna test this. It's gonna be ultra fast, right? Because it's not multiplied by delta time. It looks like it's still happening though. Yeah, it's just never been an issue before with this because movers pull from the conveyor instead of the conveyor pushing, right? And so it's just not a problem. But now it is. Come to think of it, does this same thing happen with movers? Because that's an interesting experiment. It doesn't. But how does that work then? Why does it not happen with movers? Unless it's just essentially replicating the same behavior as the conveyor. So, hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. It does do the same thing as conveyors. So that's why that's fine there. That's why it's not fine here. Then why is it a problem in just the underground conveyor? I guess that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So, could be that's the issue with that. I was in the wrong script. It's always scary when that happens, because I don't know what I changed. Let me test this. See, that still doesn't work. It's like it's because it's not like waiting or something. It's like this should just be always trying to push items out. So looks for the conveyor tunnel. Bell length, blah, blah, blah. Forget all that. Moves the item if it can. Then it checks. Is it not null? Yo, what's up, Season? How's it going? So if it's not null, it says add item. That should always be true, so it should always be trying to add the item. And that's what's confusing me right now. And it might have to do with this can grab thing. But that shouldn't be the issue. Yeah, this is actually confusing now. Because now that I'm like looking at this, like it should basically be working the same way as a conveyor, which doesn't have that weird spacing issue. And so it's very confusing why this does, though. Because the thing is, it's not that there's not enough items in here. Because if I break this, you can see there's a bunch of items in here waiting. So that's what's wacky. If there's plenty of items inside waiting to go, why is there a gap? Because it's like it's only checking every time. My focus still can't get past things moving the opposite direction. Oh yeah, these are just this is like a collision shape overlay, so it just shows where things are colliding. These are not real. These are just a debug overlay, so yeah. Don't worry about that. They mean nothing. Trying to wrap my brain right now. Get it all wrapped around in there. Now, it could be this funny little thing. Which is that maybe the underground conveyors just have to move faster than the belts do. Or maybe this move timer is too long. Whoa. Well, it's not that. I think the culprit is this one. Okay, because the item moves out of the way. Why can't I figure this out? I'm like trying to just comprehend what's happening here. So this item is on here. It comes out of there. So the problem is that when I put items in here, oops, like this, you'll see that there's like these gaps in between each item, right? Like this gap here and on the belts. That's not good. I'm trying to figure out why that's happening. And you can see the issue over here, right? It's like too slow. It doesn't keep up with the regular belts. So the belt gets there, it stops and waits. It should go immediately after that's done. Because as you can see down here with the regular belts, they're all stacked up next to each other. The red arrow is just showing when it is detecting collision. So that hits there, hits there, hits there. Yeah, because basically as soon as that's done, then it's the next one that's doing it. So as soon as that gets there, it should be that one moving it over. So you can see this moves along at a normal pace, but here is where it starts to get stuck. So one thing I'm also noticing right now is that no, like, okay, so this is fine. What is the underground belt? Basically, it just goes underground so that you can put objects in between it. I mean, that's all there is to it. Yeah, you could put an Imgur link in, that'd be okay. Why is it detecting like 3 tiles away? That's just the maximum distance it can go. So for example, if I place this down, you can see that's how far it can reach. It's not necessary, like in this case, but yeah. Because I'm just using a ray cast, so it just hits the first one. Under the hood, yeah, so basically it just has this array of items in here. Or, well, I guess that array is the inventory. And then every frame it moves, or not every frame, but every time it's timed to, it moves another item up into the next slot. So it should, with this formula, move at the same pace as a regular conveyor. Let's check this immigrant link. No way. Why is it so low res? That's crazy. That is literally the Starground guy, yeah. Nice. That's not the issue, is it? I'm gonna go check something. Specifically down here in... Up here, sorry, in add item. So if 0 is null... Which means... I've done a better job on my shoulder, so nah, it's all good. I think it's pretty funny. So as long as the first slot's empty... Okay, so here it's deleting it and setting the first slot to be empty, right? Yeah, depending on what index is, which should be 0. Guys... Is that why? Because that was accidentally set to 1 as the index? I swear to Glebe Corp. No. Well, that's more confusing now. Actually, what's confusing me the most is how did that work before? I wish that was the issue. Turns out it is not. So you're creating buffer of items. Yeah, I mean, it's fine for it to have delay. Like, honestly, it's okay if there's a frame delay on the conveyor. It's not a big deal. But the thing that's just confusing me is why it's, like, skipping. So like here, it should just wait the one frame. Okay, that gets moved, now it does the next one. But what's confusing here is that there's a whole tile of delay, which is not right. That shouldn't be possible. So that's just kind of what I'm trying to figure out right now, is how does that work? That's all the item timer stuff. So it shouldn't be doing that. So right here, this is saying if inventory 0 is not null, no, that should be fine. Hey, Shiloh, what's going on? No. Thought for a minute I figured something out, but that's not true. Man. So it adds an item. It adds the item at index. And then inside the script of that, which is right here, so it adds the item. As long as 0 is null, which is the first slot, then we're good. Maybe it's here, like, bool needs to be set to false? No. We'll add a node path calls in a loop. Where's that? Oh, right here. I'm not going to fix it right now. Performance is not the issue. I'm just trying to figure out this issue with the item skipping. Okay, I need to print out some more info about what's happening here, I think. So another odd thing that's happening here is this item will appear for 1 second and then disappear. So why is that happening, you know? Because what should happen is this item should start here and then move here. So I think what's happening here is that can grab is set to true when you add the item up here. And so I think what's happening is that so it moves here. So complicated. Let's see. Basically, as soon as the item gets added, it's instantly running this part of it. Which is setting the item position to 0. So it should not do that. So really what I need to just check here, I think, is if can grab and inventory component data is 0. So if there actually is an item, right? It's not going to fix all of our problems, but it should fix maybe a problem. Let's watch it. Okay, I fixed it, guys. I don't know how. I'm gonna be real. I just added this check here. I'm trying to figure out why that fixed it now. I mean, I don't even have that check there. So why did that fix it? So basically this is just making sure, is there an item in slot 0? I think what maybe was happening was that with the first conveyor here, since it wasn't checking this, it was doing some wackiness maybe. One of life's greatest mysteries, I don't know. But it seems to work somehow. And it looks like it's relatively in sync with that. Yeah, the only other thing I'd like to figure out is this item flickering, because it should theoretically move from here to here first before it just instantly teleports to the conveyor, right? And I think that's the reason why I had to do +1 on the belt length down here, because it wasn't actually doing that right. So I want to see if we can figure that out really quick. So the only reason why that would happen is because item position is getting set to 0, which is this right here. Which means can grab is set to false. So essentially when you get an item added, I think I just need to say can grab equals true. I believe. Or wait, no, if not can grab. It should be if can grab equals false. Uh-oh. Well, that's no good. I've reintroduced the problem. Yeah, it did sort of break again. But now I kind of know that it has to do with can grab. But it's okay, because I want this to work in the way I expect it to, you know? These have to break, else can we fix them? Exactly. Yeah, like I just want to make sure this is a reliable thing here. Also, I noticed a funny thing here if I break this, which wasn't happening before. This is actually now taking too long to move the next item over, right? Because you can see it going one by one. So that is a thing that is different now. But as you can see, if you give it the time to, then it goes instant over here. So the issue, the problem child has changed. Same logic as if you wait until the last minute, you won't have time to procrastinate. That's fair, that's fair. Could be because of this. So maybe getting rid of that now will actually fix our issue. Let's see. No. Ba-da-bum. 'Cause, 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 This is a funny problem. It's hilarious, guys. I'm just giggling so much. Slinky rolling down the stairs. I don't know, it's almost at a point where I might just have to end off stream. I mean, I really want to fix this right now, but I've got a lot of stuff I have to do. These tunnels have been a hassle, to be real. Breathing them in, getting one cancer. So, it's activating the thing here. So this is what's happening with the first one. So the problem, I think I've kind of figured things out a little bit right now. It doesn't keep moving the items that are already inside along when this is happening. And that's why we get a weird alternating. So essentially, I want this to happen constantly whenever there's an item in there. Oh, man. Just trying to think through all the ways I could try and fix this. Because, okay, here's the issue. If I move this out of here, now what's going to happen is it's going to load it up with all of the items. And this needs to know how long the distance is to the other conveyor before it starts putting items in, right? And so that's the reason why I have it down in here. Oh, tricky, tricky problems. If you need a second raise, while you're loading an item into one, you can pull from the other at pretty much the same rate. Well, that maybe I think the problem has changed though, because now what's happening is it's basically saying like, okay, let me draw it out. So we have the left underground tunnel. An item goes into the tunnel. Okay, we're all good there. Item is in the tunnel. So the problem is that this doesn't start working until this item is hit here. And so what's happening here is that it's saying like, okay, well, this is full. This has been full for a whole second. And so now we have to wait a second or half a second. Then this moves. Then this one can move in. I think is the issue. But somewhere down the line, oh yeah, this one actually will go 2 over. Because then this one will go through while this one starts moving over. So I think that's how we end up with our gap issue. So, I mean, one solution to this is just continuing to do the item move timer outside of here. But still do the logic in there. So kind of like this. And this may work? I don't know. We're gonna see what happens. That's looking pretty good, gamers. Ooh. But occasionally you get a weird gap. Not always, but occasionally. Hmm. But honestly, that seems pretty stable, I think. It's not absolutely perfect yet, but we will get there. Let me just run it one more time. See what happens here exactly. So right there, it stalls for just a second. And then it does a weird gap. And it happened again there. Yeah, let's test a really low frame rate. Because that can tend to cause lots of issues. So yeah, it could just be like an issue with delta time. And running it at a really low frame rate will probably expose that. Although it doesn't seem to be doing anything.
My plate is filling up and I've surely had enough, but I guess I'll just have to take it. I've been led into this false reality where I'm told that
See, it didn't even happen that time. That's weird. Is it high frame rates that cause the issue? Because that would be insane. Works through obstacles inspiring. Well, I appreciate it, Ryan, yeah. It's not easy. It's hard work. We'll get there one day. I'm gonna watch this collision ray. See if there's a moment where it stalls and what's happening when it does. Okay, I saw it. I saw the issue. And I just saw it again. So what's happening is that for some reason, we'll figure it out, but occasionally an object is loaded in here and we have our other conveyor over here. So whenever this object is ready to go, it should be constantly checking with this ray cast. Can I put the item in here? But I noticed it wasn't constantly checking. And so the time when it doesn't constantly check is when it's not in here. So I've got this underground check thing here, right? And that'll be enabled only in here. I think what might actually be happening is it's there might be a frame where inventory data 0 is empty. And so it's not really a good way to check for that. Let's try this. Maybe we don't need it anymore. This might have fixed it. Nope. We're still getting gaps. I know. But it doesn't look like we actually need it. I gotta watch like a hawk here. I'm like, can't blink. Dang it, I missed it. It's really hard to see this. There's sometimes just a moment where it stops. Man. Honestly, a clip of it probably would help. If you want to clip it. Yeah, I just saw it there. So I think it's an issue with this still being down in here. So I think what it is that this happens here, but it's not always quite ready for it. So like this will happen, but the timer up here hasn't finished yet. So just to confirm this theory, I'm going to increase the speed of the item move timer. And I want to see what happens with that. No, so that still breaks. Interesting. I wonder if like what's happening is that it like takes an item and then this runs right before it takes an item, and so it doesn't get to push the next item over. I also just had another thought, which is that maybe I don't need this timer at all. Because the only time when I want to move an item forward is when I've inserted a new item. Okay? So here's a theorem that I'm going to check out here. So I want to do this on add item. So thank you for that. I will definitely take a look at that. I'm just going to test this super quick to see if this does what I think. So whenever an item is added, so as long as result is hit, then we just move the item forward, you know? Just as an experiment, I'm just going to set this to like a hard limit of 10. Although it should actually be index. Let's see what happens here. Whoa. If entrance. That's something I need to specify there. Ah, it's filled with brick. Let's see. It still happens. Are you kidding me? I really thought that would have fixed it. Man. Well, I gotta end my stream. I've been going longer than I thought I was going to be, so. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't work. I kind of really thought that would work, but turns out it didn't. It's too bad. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for today's stream. It's hard stuff. I know, we're so close, but I've just can't keep going. I gotta end stream. Yeah. But yeah, thank you everybody for popping in though. I appreciate it. Thank you again, Celix, for the raid. That's epic. Thank you again, Celix. But yeah, I'll probably go raid someone. We could raid Ricky. Looks like he's streaming right now. Sleeping on problem usually, yeah, sleeping on it will really help. I think like it's also just like I can focus a little bit more on the problem, not streaming. I mean, I'm able to focus, you know, well enough for most things, but sometimes when we get into the really deep problems like this, it's hard. So, I found you. Yeah, thanks for popping in. I'm glad too. Yeah, we'll be next live Wednesday, so be sure to join for that. Also, hey, thank you for the follow. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and go raid Ricky. Yeah, that's gonna be it for today's stream. Thank you, everybody. Be sure to join the Discord if you want to get updates about the game and stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this raid set up. Also, this game, the demo is out right now, if anyone isn't already aware. So feel free to check it out. It's on itch and on Steam. So yeah. Let me go ahead and, why can't I find the channel? The new raid menu for Twitch is interesting. Alright. Yeah, we're gonna go raid Ricky. He's doing some work on his game in Godot also. So yeah, cool stuff. He was in here earlier, actually. So yeah. Alright. Well, I'm gonna head out. Thank you everybody again. I'll next be here on Twitch and YouTube Wednesday. Yeah. And that'll be during Next Fest, so that's gonna be interesting. There's a lot of stuff happening this week, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. But alrighty. Thank you everybody. Heading over to Ricky. Yeah. Alright, good night everybody. Feel free to head over to Ricky and chat with him. Or go to bed if you need to. Whatever you need to do. So, alright. Starting raid right now. Bye-bye, everybody. I need to probably make a stream ending screen. That'd probably be good, but I'll do that at some point. Bye.